I was 10 years old when my apartment burned down. I remember waking up 30 minutes late for school, being extremely upset with myself because I was always late by a few minutes, and this time I had really gone overboard. And I knew my teacher, Mr. Watson, was going to be really upset with me because he always was, and now I was showing up 50 minutes late. But, anyways, I got to school, dealt with it, and then during recess, I remember playing basketball with my friends, doing what I loved to do most when I was a kid, playing ball with my boys. And I remember from afar, there was a fire in the distance that we were all captivated by because there was a lot of smoke and, again, fire. And we were just wondering, wow, where is it? What's happening? Hopefully everything's okay. Fast forward, I go finish my day at school, then I walk home, and boom, I walked right into it. Our entire apartment had burnt to a crisp. Nothing made it. My brother was a huge shoe collector. I think he tried to salvage a couple of his shoes, but it was all gone. Honestly, what I was most sad about was the photo album that we had. I used to love looking through all of our pictures, my pictures of me as a kid, because they were memories that we had built, and the fact that I wouldn't be able to see them anymore definitely made me really sad. And I mean, just losing everything. My mom was in shambles, my brother was in shambles. I mean, my little brother was really young. He didn't really know what was going on, but it was tragic. There were our neighbors from the apartments were all kind of just hanging around, peeping the scene and basically just trying to offer the support that they could. My mom had been interviewed a couple hours earlier by a local news station about this tragedy, and she actually passed out during the interview because she was overwhelmed. Who wouldn't have been coming home to all of that? And, I just remember how crappy it felt, but we were reminded, I think my mom had said it, hey, you know what, this really sucks, but thank God that none of us were in the house when this fire started. Apparently the boiler had exploded in the closet space and literally just caused the entire apartment unit to burn down. We didn't have renter's insurance. My mom didn't have it, so we had to start from scratch. And at that point, I was a big gamer, and my mom basically told us, hey, I'm sorry, I can't replace everything that we lost. That's gonna be the last thing that I'm focused on right now. And I completely understood. I think that in these trying times, we had to rally around each other, but also have perspective. And so I'm sharing this with you because we all go through hard times, trials, tribulations, tragedies, and really it's thinking about what can we take away from it. And for me, I was able to take away the fact that number one, we all survived the fire. None of us were in the home when the fire took place. And that was the biggest blessing. Number two, I told myself, don't ask your mom for money anymore. She was going to have to work really hard, pick up a second job to help provide for us, which she often had to do in my youth growing up. I love her so much. She was our rock growing up and really just paved the way for what it meant to work hard, provide, and do what you got to do for your family. So I didn't want to be asking her for money anymore. I wanted to become more independent, self-sufficient, and start learning how to make my own. And, it definitely has stayed with me till this day. We can use those experiences to shape us or shape others in a positive. And, I think that's a big part of what I'm about, is just using my trials and tribulations as testimonies to share with the world, to say, hey, life can be hard, but we're here, we're alive, and we can push forward. So Thank you so much. I hope you were able to take something away from my message today.